Welcome, guys. This is the Horrorble Podcast, and today we have Zahvie the Zombie, and today we are going to be talking about horror movies you've never heard about, horror movies you should watch, paranormal experiences. We're gonna We're back with another episode of the Horrorble Podcast. Tonight we have a very special guest, drove in all the way from Frisco. We have Zahvie the Zombie. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Great, man. I'm great. I'm glad you're here. Tell us what you would like to be called for the viewers. Is it Zahvie? Is it Zombie?
I'll leave it up to the viewers or you guys. Zahvie.
I mean,
Zombie,
it's your name.
Z. Shitface. I don't know.
All right, perfect. So let's just go with Zombie for the night.
Absolutely.
Perfect. All right. So you're originally from Chicago, correct?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about your upbringing.
Born and raised in Chicago. I want to say I was there till I was probably 5 or 6. When I was 5 or 6, I moved down to Texas to, stay with my mother and be more closer to family. Mm-hmm. Things weren't working out so far in Chicago, and as many people know, Chicago isn't really the most safest place to want to raise a child and whatnot, especially as a single mother around that time too.
Of course.
So we figured move down here, and then ever since then, made great positive experience, of course negative experiences, but I say for the long run, I've had a pretty decent time being in Texas for the most part.
That's amazing, man. Me too, so far.
Mm-hmm.
So far. So about you, mm-hmm. When did you discover yourself or give yourself the name Zombie?
Whenever I tell people my name, I like to go by with Zahvie. And then a lot of people would be like, oh, sounds like zombie. Mm-hmm. So when people tell me, I'm like, yeah. And then I guess there was a point in time where I was going through a lot of mental depression. Mm-hmm. Going through losing family, losing friends, that whole gist. And it was getting so bad for me where I was kind of in this mood where I just don't feel anything. Nothing can possibly hurt me more than I've already been hurt.
Just like a zombie.
Yeah. So I kind of just took on that throne of kind of just being called zombie. And that just kind of sparked it a little bit more for me. It was like, yep, this is me.
That's a much, much deeper meaning to it.
Yes.
Than, just the regular surface. People think zombies are flesh-eating monsters.
I mean, of course, that. Loving zombies, of course, Rob Zombie, and also a lot of other, inspirations for it, but it's more of, I think going through that is what made it more official for me,
Of course. So then you got this nickname, Zombie, for a few reasons. Mm-hmm. Not just you thought it was cool, but it resonated with you in the sense of, your feelings, the things you were going through, and what you were not feeling anymore. With that being said, where did the appearance come from?
Man,
it's definitely not the average.
Yes.
But I find it dope as fuck.
Thank you.
We want to know, where did it come from?
Yeah, so going way, way back to my young zombie days, I was always inspired not only by really classic slasher or horror movies, but one that really stuck out to me was Slumber Party Massacre Part 2.
Okay. Because
that slasher was one of the very few slashers where they were cool. Had this cool leather jacket, cool leather pants, this cool guitar drill thing. It just spoke out to me. So that look, and then seeing more the music in horror movies like Return of the Living Dead, kind of that 80s metal glam rock type of sound, motivated me for looks like the guy from Slumber Party Massacre 2, but looks like Motley Crue. And then going from Motley Crue to one of my favorite icons, Billy Idol. And then going from there to Misfits. Mm-hmm. So I guess it's seeing those three, Motley Crue, Billy Idol, the Misfits, and then just seeing more of these characters in these horror movies kind of motivated me. I want to kind of have my look.
Of course.
And then of course, moving throughout Gothic music, seeing their style and how they dress and whatnot, obviously heavily inspired by them. And then eventually, you know, all these inspirations I kind of took and kind of wanted to make it into my own thing, kind of like. And then now you've just got this.
Did you go through different phases of different makeup, hair?
Yes.
So what was the first, like, okay, if you can describe the very, very first time you were like, I'm going to try something.
Man, back in probably when I was 14 years old.
You were young.
I still had locks, but they were a little bit shorter. I think on one side I had like a blonde streak, like one little blonde streak.
Yep.
And then I just kind of started just mixing it with like my favorite like punk rock bands like Misfits, and like mixing it with like cool like vests, you know, your casual things that you would find at like your local Hot Topic, especially as like a 14-year-old.
Yep, for sure.
So I think I just kind of really just jump in, go here, let's see what looks good on me. If we don't think it looks good, we'll try something else. If we think it looks good, let's go based off this and just evolve from that.
You said something very specific.
Mm-hmm.
You tried it, and if it didn't work, so were there any things that you were just like, hell no, I'm not doing that again?
Red skinny jeans.
Red skinny jeans.
Bright red skinny jeans.
Okay.
I realized it's probably a no-go for me. I would just stick to either black, maybe gray or camo ones.
But the red dreads staying.
Yeah, the red looks were staying. It was cool how I approached that because I think before I decided to go red, I did my locks silver gray.
Okay.
Because around that time, with The Walking Dead, my favorite character was Ezekiel.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So I was like, I love his like style, the Grey Judge the Tiger. I would love to embody Ezekiel. And then my late aunt, she would always talk about my hair, and she would always be like jealous of it, saying like, oh my God, I love your hair. I'm so jealous of it. I hate you for it. And she would always be like, you should dye your locks like gray silver. It would be such a good look. And she always like told me about it. So with them passing, that was kind of like in tribute to them. And then obviously being inspired by King Ezekiel from The Walking Dead. And then unfortunately, you know, when you dye your hair, it's just like gray silver, it just does not last long. So it lasts like about like 2 weeks or something. Yep. After that, I was like, what do I want to kind of do with my locks now? Because I want something that's like eternal. I don't want to just keep doing stuff with my locks. I feel like I've practically done like everything I could possibly think of for my style. And I was just like, I mean, when I think about myself, I kind of think of either red, like, or monster green, or black and red. And I was like, let's just do black and red. You know, obviously both colors you can just never go wrong with, and who just doesn't love Shadow the Hedgehog?
Yeah.
So, but I started doing that. So most of my locks were black, and then like it was the middle part that was kind of like red.
Okay.
So when I slicked it back, it kind of like Shadow. So I started that, but with the red, it was more of like a very, very like dark maroon red. So when I felt like I was personally evolving as a person, the red would get brighter and brighter and brighter when I felt like the time was right. And then eventually I felt like I was evolving so much where I just started doing full on red.
Gotcha.
Around that time, I just kind of had like a side shape. So I would always do it this way or that way or slick it back or so many styles with it. And then eventually, I don't know, I just kind of got really inspired to kind of do like the bangs with the locks and stuff too for like more stuff. So I just
dope to me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was very much a choice where I'm like, okay, this is either going to look really, really bad or this is going to look really good.
Good for you. They turned out well. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think after I got like all the piercings and stuff from my face, it was more of like I can cut my locks and still feel okay with my hair like being short or whatnot. Because for like the way my face has come around, I've been kind of like evolved to kind of like myself more and whatnot as well. So I'm glad it worked out.
Let's talk about that. Actually, you said your piercings.
Yes.
Which one was the most painful?
Oh dear. None of them were really painful, but some of them did have a very much annoying, irritating healing process. And that was my snake bites. Because when
Wait. Before you go into that, can you explain to people that don't know what that is? What snake bites are?
The snake bites are these two little piercings I have like right here.
Okay, yeah.
So that one, I'll just say it now. So these are my snake bites. Okay. This middle is my vertical labrae. This one is my septum. This is my bridge. These are my eyebrow piercings. And then, of course, little gauges over here. The most annoying were like my snake bites because of the healing process. You don't realize how much you use your mouth until you have piercing. So
of course.
Eating was different. talking was different. Having to constantly feel the need to just get in the shower and just like put my face in like water, or always drink cold water, eat ice cream, because something cold always makes them like heal a little bit better and whatnot. So
But the initial piercing,
yes,
they weren't too bad itself.
no, I think the only piercing that hurt maybe just a tad was like my eyebrow piercings.
Okay.
Because I know sometimes with it being such thick skin, they have to sometimes add a little bit more pressure. But other than that, I was like, no.
No screaming, no crying.
No,
None of
no.
that stuff.
Mom ain't raised no bitch.
Speaking of mom and family, earlier you mentioned your aunt. How did they come to terms with this was who you were and this is who you are to this day? Did they take it well? Were they surprised?
Like many parents with their teenagers, what they don't understand will kind of make them fearful.
100%.
Not of you,
Right.
but for you. So with them not really understanding, they have the casual, it's a phase, you don't need to be wearing this, take that off. And it's like, and me growing up now, it's me understanding, I can kind of understand, like I said, what you don't understand as a parent, whatever. So my parents at the beginning were very much, I think they were trying to show that they weren't against it, but I think the way they kept trying to explain to me or come across, I think they were just realizing it just sounds way worse than where they try to dissect it.
Yeah. I mean, that goes with anything, man. You know, drug addicts, alcoholics. If you find out early on that your kid is indulging in these things, you're gonna panic.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna worry. And I mean, it's not to say that, you know, what you're doing is nearly as bad as those things, but
oh yeah, of course not.
If it's not the norm,
yep,
it's definitely going to concern, you know, two people that brought you into this world. So
yeah, it definitely led to a lot of back and forth, because they would always, you know, as parents, they consider it devil worshiping, of course, and whatnot, but it's like they don't understand what it is. And it's funny because my late aunt, she was like a heavy Christian, but she liked my style. And she understood there's like, it's not you being a devil worshiper. Maybe you just kind of have your own style. So some family members understood it was just my style. Some people, like obviously my parents didn't, but that's just because they didn't really get it. But eventually they were able to actually understand. And now they're like massive fans of
so
it.
They're good now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
I was having one conversation with my family about my makeup and how I do my eyebrows and how I draw them on. Because without my makeup, I have them, my real eyebrows like shaven off. And I was explaining to my sister, she was like, why did you shave them off? Yeah. And then my dad, he's even like, well, he shaved them off because that way when he draws it, it like looks at her. I'm like,
he understood.
So you understand? Yeah. It almost made me tear up. So yeah, they're massive fans now.
That's dope. That's dope. Do they do any type of makeup now themselves? No. Or they're just like, that's him?
Yeah.
We love him and that's that?
Yeah, they are very much the opposite of who I am, but like I said, they're still fans. I think they are very much giving me flowers, especially my father, like appreciating the fact that I kind of have the guts to wake up, put this on, go outside while dressing up like this, and not really worrying about what's this person's gonna say, how is this gonna come across, this and that. It's just more like, I'm just gonna be who I am. So he always tells me, you know, that's not easy. You're kind of one of the strongest people in the family just for doing that. So.
I agree 100%. You know, let's actually talk about that. You know, when you go outside, I'm sure you get some awe, some what the fucks.
Yes.
Some neutral looks. You know, some people just accept it. They know what it is. What would you say is the most common look that you get?
Usually, from my experience, it's always you look cool, or like that's dope, or some people just ask me how long did it take you to do your makeup like that. The only negative comments I get is like little kids just like snickering around or laughing, which I get it. They're kids.
Of course.
If I have gotten like negative comments, it's never been said to me or like to my face, so I couldn't even name one. No one has ever actually came up to me or like given me any negative feedback. I've of course had Christians come up to me telling me about God or like saying God loves you, whatnot. And even then, I appreciate those people saying they just want to pray for me or something. Like when I show up at work and people ask if they want to pray for me, like I'm like, hey, pray that I can get through the shift,
of course,
or whatnot. Because
that I think everybody needs a prayer for shift. For
and
sure.
most people like that actually like my look too. Oh, I'm sorry, I lied. I had one person, who was just a crazy guy. I was at work. He saw my look, came up to me and asked what my beliefs are, like religious wise. And I told him my beliefs, and he's like, okay, with you believing that, you're gonna die in less than a year due to brain cancer. And I'm like, damn.
He specifically said brain cancer.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm just like, is there any way I can make it like closer than less than a year? Is there gonna make it like tomorrow or anything like that?
Become a real zombie.
Right. But other than that, no, everyone's usually pretty like, I actually really respect it's nice because I get a lot of people who are very much opposite style. Like saying like my parents who come in saying like, bro, you look rad as hell. I love your style. And so that really means a lot to me. Like seeing people who actually have like a vision of just art, understand that everyone has a different style.
That's exactly how I view it, is the art. You know, like I tell people all the time, you know, watching a scary movie, it's not just for the jump scares or the loud bangs. It's the art of it. It's the setup, the sound, the smell of something like a haunted house. It might be everything, little detail about it that brings it all together.
Absolutely.
And clearly, it's not just your makeup. It's not just your piercings. It's your hair, your clothes. Everything about it brings your makeup, which is fantastic.
Or what do the kids say? It's the aura.
It's the aura.
It's the aura.
All the aura now. Yeah. Aura on 1,000 right now. Yeah. Well, speaking about, you know, being out and about, I know that you have a crew, and I was actually connected to you through Nick, correct? And I originally reached out to Nick, and Nick told me he wasn't the guy I was looking for.
Yeah.
But he knew somebody, and it was you.
Yeah.
But do people, like, I know, you know, being by yourself is one thing, right? And walking through a mall. I seen you guys on Instagram walking through a mall one day, and it was a collective of y'all.
Yeah.
It's like 5 or 6 of y'all, maybe more. I know people are like, what's going on in here?
That is literally one of those moments where you ever see like in movies, like you see this group of people like walking around looking cool, but in my mind I'm thinking, I feel so cool. I feel so cool right now. I feel like that walking scene of like, remember Blade Part 2 where they're all walking into the club?
Dopest. One of the best movies ever.
Oh yeah.
Blade 2, yeah.
Icon.
For
Icon
sure.
Yep. Also my main in Marvel Rivals right now. But but yeah.
Shout out to Rivals, man.
Absolutely. But no, moments like that, it's really nice because at that moment we were walking around, nothing but positive feedback.
That's great.
There was a guy who we were taking pictures by like this first one. There was a guy who came up like, hey, do you guys want me to take pictures for you? And we were like, yeah, sure. There was one time on 4th of July, we went all traveled at like this little firework company. This person wanted to take a video of us, and this lady was like taking pictures of us. She was like, yes, go off with the red hair. Yeah. So I was like, hell yeah. So it's moments like that where you can feel like, oh, if I do this, a lot of people are going to be giving me looks. But it's more of like most times the positive is going to outweigh those negative comments.
Right.
And if you just kind of focus on those positive comments, you're not even going to notice people being negative. Yeah. Because you know there are going to be people who are going to have something to say
100%.
with your style in general. Yeah. If I were to dress like another person on the street, then somebody would still have something to say.
Either way it goes.
Yeah. Somebody's
gonna have a judgment, or their own 1-2, their own scent to throw in. So
absolutely.
Man, that's actually, I don't think enough people are hearing what you're saying. Actually, to be able to be yourself regardless of what somebody thinks, that should be the headline of this show tonight. Is literally, you're the epitome of that, and I can't tell you that I commend you enough, for
I appreciate that.
That's absolutely amazing, man. Let's talk about, you talked about movies earlier.
Yes.
Give me some of your favorite movies outside of the one you named earlier.
Okay, yeah. So I definitely want to say my all-time favorite horror movie is probably Evil Dead 2.
Okay.
Evil Dead 2, one, Bruce Campbell, icon, but it also has this thing where it's like every horror category in one movie. You got your comedy, you've got your paranormal, you got your zombie, you've got your gore. It's all in one movie. And it doesn't really feel like a cluttered timeline where they're just throwing stuff at you. It's perfect. You kind of got everything with it. And then you obviously got your badass like guy like character. So that movie, another one of my all-time favorites is the first two Ghostbusters.
That's a big jump, kind of different.
I feel like the more and more I watch it, I just love the premise of it. We are a group of guys, we're a group of nerds. We're not chasing girls, cars, or anything like that. We're just a group of nerds that just know how to catch ghosts.
Yep.
And then we're like, bro, we can make some money out of this. Sure. And I'm like, that's perfect. Yep. So movies like that still kind of like horror vibe, but a little more like on the more like the PG horror. I think another one of my favorite horror movies is of course 1974's Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yep. Classic.
That movie, I just love the eeriness of it. Every time I think of that movie, I always compare it to Slipknot's 1999 like debut album. It both serves this like eerie, dirty, raw, grimy violence where you're not used to seeing it in horror movies. This is stuff that makes you want to take a shower after.
Yep.
So that, and I think another one of my favorites would probably have to be, well, my favorite horror movie right now would have to be the Sadness.
I've never heard of that. Tell me what's that about?
This is a movie, and I love telling this to like horror fans because this is where you find out what kind of horror fan are you. Because with horror fans, you have your Scream level horror fans, you've got your classic 80s horror like loving fans, and then you have your horror fans where I'm down with it all. Right. But this is a movie where we're gonna find out, we're gonna test how much can you take in a horror movie to where you're like, I gotta turn this off.
It's called The Sadness.
Yes. If you've seen Train to Busan,
yep, I've seen it.
That mixed with 28 years later type deal. I'm just gonna say watch it. Okay. And see how
I'm gonna get back to you on that for sure. I got to.
Tell me if you've like finished it, or tell me when you had to stop watching the movie.
Okay. Well, the viewers, y'all too, go watch The Sadness and see how fucking tough y'all are.
It's on Shudder.
On Shudder. There you go. Yep. You actually, when you were stating about horror movies, you emphasized the word gore.
Yes.
Is that your favorite?
I love gore when it goes with the movie.
Okay.
So my two favorite categories are, of course, slasher and zombies. And I love a little bit of sci-fi. Like my exceptions are, of course, The Thing. The Thing, I think, is a movie that does gore perfectly. And of course, Alien. But those are movies where the gore for The Thing, it made sense. It made a lot of sense. So it's more of like, if you just have gore just randomly in there, it's just kind of like all right. But if it makes sense for the movie,
what about like a Saw or Hostel?
I think for Saw, the gore is always going to be there. But I think it's one of those things where I'm honestly just like, when are enough movies enough? Like,
I don't think they're ever going to stop, but yeah.
Because the first one I love a lot, and you honestly could have just stopped it after the second one, which I could say the same thing about Scream. The first two Screams are like, I love it. They're parodies of other slashers, and then we're making it into all the above, like in one movie. I love it. It's funny. It's gruesome. I get it. And now we have 7 now?
Man, I can't keep count.
Right, so I'm just
it's like killers dying, replacing, people imitating.
Yes.
I don't know what's going on in the newest one.
Yeah, so I was like, what's next? Scream in space? Like what?
Shit, they tried it with Jason, right? Jason X or something like that.
And that is a movie where I feel like at this point people just, I feel like it's a movie where at first people hated it.
Right.
And then when you keep watching it, now you just kind of love to hate it. Because I see people celebrating this movie and I'm like,
Yep.
all right, to each his own, I guess.
Yep,
It's not the worst movie, of course, ever, but
Definitely not the worst movie ever.
Obviously, movies like Terrifier.
Yeah.
I feel like those movies where the gore is very much warms my heart when it comes to slasher, because doing that type of gore in this day and age is like mind blowing. Knowing how the world is today, like watching Terrifier Part 3. I remember beforehand hearing, ooh, they do this in this movie. And I'm like, what? And then I see it and I'm like, okay, compared to the other movies I have seen in my life, this is kind of not so bad. But I do understand. Right. I'm like, okay, them doing that in a horror slasher movie this day and age is still crazy.
It is crazy. But shower scene was absurd.
Oh, that's my favorite scene.
Shower scene is absurd. Terrifier 3, absurd.
That is a scene where I connect with a lot, because she was talking about, I want to know what it's like being in front of the killer. What do they smell like? What is their sight like? This and that. And then it's those moments where like, oh, you really want to know?
Are you sure?
Are you sure? And I destroy you, and then I take the glass and I'm like, yep. Now you see.
Yep.
Do you like what you see? So like that whole scene was like poetry when it comes to horror.
Sure was.
It kind of shows us like as fans, we want to know what it's like. We go to these movies to kind of see what are they going to do? What's their story? What is their motivation? And then we're asking ourselves, we're watching this movie, are we sure we want to kind of like find out? Kind of like what Dr. saying in House of a Thousand Corpses.
That's a classic too. That kind of pushed a lot of boundaries, at least of its time.
Yeah.
Torturing people, cutting people up. And
that is another movie where at first not a lot of people liked it. And then
I loved it.
Oh yeah, that's a movie where I always tell people, like, for slashers, Otis Driftwood is my favorite slasher.
Ooh, Otis. Otis is amazing.
Because it's one thing to have a slasher where you wear a mask or wear makeup, but it's another thing to just like be like, no, I did this. And I want you to see my face, and I'm going to keep you alive to tell everybody that I did do this. That's a different like type of like darkness when it comes to like slashers and whatnot.
It's me.
Like, yeah, like it's me. I don't feel the need to wear a mask or anything.
100%.
Yeah.
Rob Zombie's a fucking genius.
Yeah.
Fucking genius when it comes to scary movies. He knows how to push the boundaries, make people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And puts it right in your face and makes you endure everything that comes with it.
And his recent Halloween Michael Myers movie, like, it just hit an anniversary. I'm like, hey, say what you guys want. It's probably my favorite.
The first remake was my favorite. It was actually, to me, the scariest Michael Myers.
I would agree.
To me.
I would agree.
Yeah, fucking amazing. Did you see the movie? I know you've seen Devil's Rejects, of course. But 31.
Yes, and I was hoping we would have this conversation. Because characters like Otis Driftwood and then Doomhead, I feel like we need more like, even if we just get this own like little Rob Zombie universe, I would love to see like Doomhead get his own little movie, because that dialogue at the beginning, and then seeing how he plays out throughout the movie, I would love to see more of this character be brought out like through different situations. Because I love characters that are just very much different from your casual slashers that just, we don't talk,
we don't say anything,
we wear this mask, and we kind of like slowly hover over you and leave you with that kind of eternal fear. But it's another thing to have like IRL human beings that are like actually like talking like factual shit to you, because that's more of like you can see yourself being in front of these IRL characters and be like, holy fuck, what do I do now? But yeah, that whole movie was just fun.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it to be like 10 out of 10. It was just fun.
That shit had little people running around.
Oh,
people,
yes.
All kind of crazy shit. Clowns. That movie's really, really fun.
But yeah, all those movies, House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, and even Three from Hell, those movies are classics in my opinion. Do you like haunted houses? Are you into that stuff? Oh, I love them.
Have you been to any scary haunted houses in Texas so far since you've been here?
Yeah, this is like, Fright Fest is like my favorite time to go to Six Flags.
Six Flags. San Antonio?
Arlington is the one I usually go to.
Okay. Yeah.
Because little thing about roller coasters, Final Destination 3 kind of fucked that up for me. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Call me a pussy or whatnot, but listen.
I don't blame you.
Listen, man.
I do not blame you.
I saw that scene at a very young age. I was probably like 5 or 6, and I was like, no.
That's it for you. That did it.
And then eventually I was like, you know what? I'll come around. I'll be like, okay, cool. Let's try it. And then I saw this stuff was like actually happening at fairs, and I'm like, all right, back to.
I'm just like you at a fair.
Yeah.
I will not touch a roller coaster at a fair.
Yeah.
Six Flags, all right, I'm gonna get on, but it's a fair, local fair, you can kiss my ass.
I can't. I can't. I think there was some situation like if I'm with like a significant other at a point in time, and like if they want to go on it, I'm like, fuck. Now I can't be a pussy.
Right.
Now I have to go on there and just hope to God that it'd be like, hopefully they don't like roller coasters either or whatnot. But no, I never want to peer pressure people into going on a roller coaster like that either, because I can understand that's a different type of fear. And like I said, that movie messed it up for me. Fright Fest is definitely times I'm like, hey, great haunted houses, great scare actors that I've seen so many times are just really good people. I think my favorite one was this really gory xenomorph one.
Okay.
That was at Fright Fest. And I was like, wow, I didn't expect Alien to have a haunted house. So I think that one probably has to be my favorite as of right now.
That's dope. Okay. Have you had any of your, I guess, own personal experiences where it might have been paranormal, might have been sleep paralysis, might have been an actual haunted house?
Yes. So, and this one's actually kind of like funny as hell. Me and my family, we were watching Paranormal Activity Part 2. So we're watching it, and I think they have a scene where everything just shuts off. Yeah. So as that scene is happening, everything in my house shuts off.
Okay.
And we're just like, all right.
So hold on. It wasn't a joke. It wasn't somebody
cutting
the power off.
Nope. Everyone was sitting right next to me in the living room watching the movie.
Did the movie cut off as well?
Yep.
So everything cuts off in the movie?
Yes.
Everything cuts off in the house?
Yes.
Are y'all looking at each other? Are y'all grabbing each other? Y'all getting up?
I'm just sitting there stunned and I'm shocked. So I'm just sitting here. And like, I'm probably like said 12 or 13. Yeah. So I'm just going to sit here in shock and just hope to God everything comes back on. But no, everyone was saying like, no, we were sitting right here. No one turned off anything.
What?
We were all sitting right there.
That's a hell of a coincidence.
I was saying that's a crazy coincidence, but
a hell of a coincidence.
I've had moments with like actual like scary like moments like with genuine like actual people.
Let's dive into if you're willing to.
Yeah, I was probably 18, 19, and this is when I was in Chicago, Illinois. I was visiting my cousin and my uncles. So I'm with my cousin. We're around his friends, walking around the neighborhood, and I'm a little nervous because, walking Chicago, Illinois at night when the streetlights are on, I'm like, oh, fuck. But, we're chilling. We got a big group or whatnot. So we're walking and talking. And then one of my friends was like, bro, what the fuck is that guy doing like all the way over there? And I look, so we're on a street. And then right across is like this like grocery store and parking lot. And then further down is a guy like, you can't see him because he's in front of like a street light. So you just see like his shadow. So all you can see is him like standing like in a square up position and him rubbing his face with hat on. And it looked like he was just like ready for someone to come up to him and jack somebody. Okay. He's like in that like ready to fight like kind of stance.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh shit. And I'm just telling her, okay, let's just walk this way and just don't pay him any mind.
So how many people were in your group at the time?
I want to say maybe 4 or 5. 4 or 5.
Decent amount.
Right.
Okay. Yep.
But I'm the oldest and like they're kind of all like kids.
And you're 18, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 18, 19, you said? Okay.
Yeah, so they're like 17,
right.
16, 15.
Got you.
And then, my cousin has hard-headed friends around that area. So they know, like, they're just going to talk shit in general. So I'm like, let's just keep walking. Don't say anything. one of his friends is like, "Hey, why are you standing like that, bro?" And I'm like, "Damn it!" And I'm like, "No."
Shut your mouth.
So they're arguing, and he's like, "What the fuck?" He was like, "What the fuck did you say?" And like, and they're arguing and whatnot.
So this guy's talking back now.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm like, no, don't, just keep walking. And then he was like threatening, like saying like how he has like a gun and like ready to do this and that. And then my cousin, being stupid, he says like, "Bust that shit then," and then starts running. And we all like take the fuck off running.
Is he shooting now?
Yes, like he was actually shooting.
So he upped his gun and now he's shooting at y'all.
Yes. And I told him like, we're gonna cut through this alleyway, like where this house is.
Okay.
And then we're gonna give it a minute, then we're gonna head out. So we all go back to my uncle's place, and I'm laughing. I'm like telling him like, I ought to choke the fuck out of you right now. And, like, this is why you get in so much trouble.
Yeah.
So
that was life or death right there almost.
Yes. I'm like,
all because he wanted to run his mouth.
Yes.
Since we are becoming to an end, I love to end the show with a game called Horrorble Luck.
Sweet.
You ready to play?
Yes.
All right. So the way this goes is I give you a setting, a killer, and 3 items that you'll run into to use for your survival.
Okay.
All right. So the setting is we're in the middle of the woods, technically. That would be the setting. Your killer, specifically, he's 7 feet, drunk, Gothic zombie. In each hand, he has a bottle of Jack Daniels.
It sucks because I drink Jack Daniels.
If he catches you, he pours one on you and eats you.
Okay.
The other one he chases after he eats you.
Okay.
You're gonna run into a backpack full of jelly beans, an electric guitar with no strings, and the worst one of them all, an expired parking ticket.
Well, now I see why he's chasing me.
Yep.
The expired parking ticket.
And you got 2 minutes to get these, however, prepare these items to your survival. Explain to me how you use them.
Okay. Well, if this slasher is very much who I think it is, I'm going to say right off the bat, I go to the local grocery store and just get him some Oreos.
Okay.
But I don't have that.
Gotcha.
I have jelly beans, a parking ticket, and a
electric guitar with no strings.
Guitar with no strings.
Yep.
Now, I can simply give him the jelly beans.
Okay.
And he'll be cool.
Remember, he's a zombie.
But if he's a zombie, I'm probably just going to have to hit him with the guitar. But I can leave a trail of jelly beans into some trap if this zombie likes jelly beans.
Who knows?
If he likes jelly beans, then that works perfectly. Maybe I can trap him in somewhere with a guitar, knock him out, and probably analyze how to kill all the other zombies if there are others out there.
Dr. Zombie.
Right. But if I'm just straight up in survival mode, I'm going to have to run at a certain distance to where I can hide somewhere to where I can just hit him over the head with a guitar. That's my only option.
That's how zombie survives the zombie.
Yep.
Hit over the head with an electric guitar with no strings.
Exactly.
Well, man, I really appreciate you being here. And I think, like I said earlier, the message of tonight is continue to be yourself.
Be yourself and realize that everybody is just human. No matter how you dress, what you feel, what you believe in, no matter what community you're in, we should respect everyone due to the fact that we're all human. We all make mistakes. We fail. We love. We sometimes break promises. But at the end of the day, it's being human. Never feel the need to bash other people for being human or doing something wrong. I come from a place where if someone's doing something that you don't like or post, scroll.
100%.
Or move on. But just never go out of your way to be negative to somebody. Because those moments you're spending being negative to someone, you could be doing something positive and making someone feel better.
100%.
And then you just saved a life.
You could say that again.
But yeah, I say just be you, be the best at being you and just be human.
Couldn't have said it better myself, guys. And that's how we're going to end the show. Thank you for watching and have a great night.